Good evening and a very warm welcome to the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. And in our highlights tonight, Kenya Defense Forces joins Kenyans in marking Mashujaa Day celebrations. First female commander for Mashujaa Day Guard of Honor. Defense CS visits Defense Forces Memorial Hospital. KDF promotes health and well-being of children in Baringo. ATMIS drawdown, a contingent of KDF personnel come back home. To start us off, the Kenya Defense Forces joined Kenyans in commemorating the 61st Mashujaa Day celebrations at Kwale Stadium, Kwale County. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces.
In his address, the Commander-in-Chief commended the Kenya Defense Forces for safeguarding Kenya's territorial integrity and their pivotal role in the fight against terrorism. He urged Kenyans to celebrate their diversity and unite in the collective effort to advance the nation.
Freedom came at great cost and was won against overwhelming odds. It called for a capacity to embrace immense sacrifice and willingness to pay the ultimate price.
The event featured a march past by contingents from the Kenya Defense Forces, including personnel from the Kenya Army's 5th Battalion Kenya Rifles and 15th Battalion Kenya Rifles, alongside other national security and law enforcement agencies. Following the march past, spectators were treated to an aerial display by the Kenya Air Force aircraft, showcasing the capabilities of the Kenya Air Force in protecting the nation's airspace. This year's celebration was themed Boma Yangu, Nyumba Yangu, Mimi ni Shujaa, with a focus on the government's affordable housing program.
This initiative aims to tackle the deficit that has left many Kenyans living in insecure, unsanitary, and poorly constructed dwellings, and also fostering the growth of sustainable communities and generating jobs and opportunities across many other sectors.
The theme was illustrated through performances featuring songs, dances, poems, and skits by various cultural and entertainment groups.
Still on Mashujaa Day, this year's celebrations held at Kwale Stadium featured a Guard of Honor commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Faith Mwagandi. This historic moment marked her as the first female senior officer to lead a Guard of Honor at a national event. The troops for the Guard of Honor were drawn from the Kenya Defense Forces, including the Kenya Army, Kenya Air Force, and the Kenya Navy. Take a look.
Lieutenant Colonel Mwagandi's trailblazing career began when she joined the Kenya Defense Forces in 2007. Her experience in military career includes training at the Britannia Royal Naval College in the United Kingdom and serving on various Kenya Navy vessels.
I was enlisted in the Kenya Defense Forces in 2007 when I reported for my basic military training in Kenya Military Academy. And later I joined the Kenya Navy in 2009. I've served in various capacities, including being a trainee and later serving as a training officer and on board the ships and now on administrative duties.
She has held various appointments, including being the first female commanding officer of the Kenya Navy ship Shujaa from 2019 to 2022.
When I was enlisted in the Kenya Navy, my first appointment, I served shortly as a trainee on board the ship. I served as a trainee on board the ship. Then I served as a training officer for junior officers. But notably, from 2019 up to 2022, I was a commanding officer of Kenya Navy ship Shujaa, and I transitioned to Kenya Navy ship Shupavu, later Nyayo and Umoja.
She has also contributed significantly as an instructor at the Kenya Navy Training School and as a navigating officer on RV Mtafiti. Notably, she has served as the principal warfare officer during a critical voyage to the Netherlands for the midlife refit of Kenya Navy ship Shujaa.
I had a mixture of feelings. Having commanded, the last time I was on a parade as a commander was when I was passing out in the cadet school, where I was in charge of the Navy division. So I would say being appointed as the CEO of this year's Mashujaa Day was it was both a moment of excitement and anxiety, but also I was happy that the commander Kenya Navy saw it fit that I am able and I have the capability to conduct this parade.
His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, congratulated her, recognizing Lieutenant Colonel Mwagandi's achievement.
Kwa mara ya kwanza katika taifa letu, mwanajeshi mama kuongoza sherehe hii, Luteni Kanali Faith Mwangandi. Huyo mama hapo, mpigie makofi jameni. Kudhihirisha tena kwamba mama wanaweza kufanya kazi zote.
I was excited and very happy about this recognition, not only for myself, but knowing that that recognition is a motivator for women in the KDF and even in Kenya at large to pursue their goals and challenge stereotypes.
She calls on all women to give 100% in pursuit of their goals without fear.
To all the women in the KDF, gender is not a barrier. Pursue your goals and aim higher. Always give your best in each and every activity you have to undertake.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Honorable Soipan Tuya made her first visit to the Defense Forces Memorial Hospital to familiarize herself with its services and operations. She was accompanied by Chief of the Defense Forces General Charles Kahariri, Principal Secretary for Defense Dr. Patrick Mariro, Commander Kenya Army Lieutenant General David Tarus, and Director of Medical Services Major General Dr. George Nganga. During the visit, Honorable Soipan Tuya received a briefing on the hospital's history and services, followed by a tour of key facilities including the Defense Forces College of Health Sciences, the Radiology Complex, Male Surgical Ward, and the Malaika Pediatric Newborn Unit. The pediatric unit specializes in early and accurate diagnosis of complex pediatric surgical cases, contributing to successful outcomes for conditions like liver transplants, congenital heart diseases, and bone marrow transplants.
In her remarks, Honorable Tuya emphasized the importance of healthcare and well-being for military personnel, acknowledging their sacrifices in safeguarding the nation's freedom. She commended the hospital staff for their dedication and pledged to adopt innovations that ensure the highest standards of healthcare. The CS also highlighted the Ulinzi Prime Healthcare Fund, which aims to open KDF hospitals to select public officers, providing access to quality healthcare at level 4, 5, and 6 military facilities at affordable rates. This initiative aligns with the government's broader goal of achieving universal healthcare.
We are also much invested in operationalization of the Ulinzi Prime Health Fund facility, and to make sure that the resources come back directly to the ministry so that we are able to deal with some of the challenges in a real-time basis.
On his part, General Kahariri expressed gratitude for the Ministry of Defense support in financial and manpower resources, which has greatly benefited the facility. He praised the medical personnel for their expertise and commitment in handling complex medical situations involving military personnel. Additionally, he affirmed the goal of making Defense Forces Memorial Hospital self-sufficient and capable of training external medical professionals. The visit by the Cabinet Secretary underscores the Ministry of Defense commitment to health and well-being of military personnel and their families.
Commander Kenya Navy Major General Paul Otieno embarked on a 2-day familiarization tour of the Kenya Navy base Manda Bay. The visit aims to provide the commander with an in-depth understanding of the various formations and units within the Navy. Major General Otieno undertook a detailed walkabout of the base, visiting critical locations such as the Kenya Navy base Manda Sick Bay, Kenya Naval Training College, the Marines Camp, the Fusion Cell, among other areas. On the second day of his tour, Major General Otieno participated in the 60 Trees a Day Challenge along General Mohamud Avenue, promoting environmental stewardship among personnel. The 60 Trees a Day Challenge is part of a tree planting initiative launched in preparation for the Kenya Navy's 60th anniversary celebration to be held in December 2024.
Later, the commander held a clear low deck session with Kenya Navy base Manda and Operation Amani Boni officers and service members, where he addressed the troops and emphasized the importance of unity and dedication. In his speech, Major General Otieno noted the critical role each member plays in upholding Navy's values and mission. The commander also paid a courtesy call at the Kenya Ports Authority headquarters, followed by a visit to the new runway construction site, where he observed the ongoing development and its strategic significance. This familiarization tour reinforced the Kenya Navy's commitment to excellence, fostering a sense of unity and purpose among all personnel.
Switching gears, a contingent of Kenya Defence Forces troops who had been deployed in Somalia under the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, also known as ATMIS, returned home. The troops stationed at Kudei Forward Operating Base arrived as part of a phased drawdown under ATMIS, which involves gradually handing over security responsibilities to Somalia security forces. Brigadier Jackson Lesayo, commander of Embakasi Garrison, welcomed the soldiers upon their return.
In his remarks, Brigadier Lesayo commended the troops for their dedication, professionalism and discipline during their deployment, emphasizing the positive impact they had on regional security. He acknowledged that their effort contributed to a safer Somalia and a more secure region.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome you back home and congratulate you for successfully completing your tenure of duty despite the normal and the numerous challenges and the complexities of the situation in the operation area, which you faced during your deployment. You represented us well, and you managed to achieve your mandate as per the ATMIS and successfully hand over Kudei FOB.
The troops will undergo routine post-deployment counseling programs to assist in their smooth transition from deep to peacetime operations and family reunion.
Moving on, Operation Amani Boni Commander Brigadier Joel Mayu recently visited Kenya Defence Forces soldiers stationed at various forward operating bases to assess their operational readiness and identify areas needing additional support for effective mission execution. During his visit, Brigadier Mayu praised the soldiers for their dedication to duty and their aggressive patrols in the areas of responsibility that were instrumental in degrading and denying the enemy freedom of movement and action.
Brigadier Mayo highlighted the critical role the soldiers play in fostering socio-economic growth within their areas of operation through civil-military cooperation activities. He commended their efforts in supporting local communities, especially vulnerable groups like women and the youth, by providing economic opportunities, healthcare and infrastructure improvements. The Operation Amani Boni commander reassured the troops that measures to enhance their operational capabilities will continue and urged them to stay vigilant to address all security threats.
We shall take a short break. We'll be back in a moment.
Every day, we rely on technology to stay connected, work efficiently, and access critical information. But as the digital world grows, so do the risks. October is the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, aimed at promoting cybersecurity awareness to organizations and individuals in taking proactive steps against cyber threats. Security is a shared responsibility. Here's how you can stay protected. First, use separate accounts for administrator and user access. Always use strong, unique passwords. Enable two-factor authentication where possible. Be cautious with suspicious emails and links. Turn on built-in anti-malware software and firewall. Finally, keep your software and devices updated. Those updates often include security patches to protect against the latest threats. Always back up important files and data. Your vigilance is the first line of defense. Stay aware, stay secure. Protect yourself in the digital world. Remember, your password is like a toothbrush. Don't share it with anyone. Change it very often. Visit our social media handles and website for more tips on how you can stay safe online.
Kenya Defence Forces soldiers under Operation Maliza Uhalifu partnered with medical teams from Chemolingot Sub-County Hospital and the Kenya Red Cross to conduct a free medical checkup for children at Kapao, Baringo County. The team provided general medical checkups, including screening for urinary tract infections, upper respiratory tract infections, gastritis, malaria, nutrition assessment, and polio immunization for children.
Lieutenant Dr. Peter Gakuna, Medical Officer Chemolingot Multi-Agency Command Center, emphasized the importance of regular medical checkups for the growth and development of children. He highlighted that healthy children have better opportunities to grow, learn, and become productive adults, which benefits the future well-being of society. Paul Oleyunoi, a nutritionist from the Kenya Red Cross, stressed the importance of a proper diet for children, noting that poor nutrition can lead to stunting and deficiencies that weaken a child's immunity. In addition, Kenya Defence Forces troops distributed fresh water to residents at Bahati Koptiro IDP Camp, Lobokat, Turkana County.
In sports, the Kenya Defence Forces troops under Operation Maliza Uhalifu, in collaboration with Finn Church Aid, the Catholic Justice and Peace Department and peace committees from Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet counties, organized a football match to mark the end of a week-long peace outreach. The event, held in Tot, brought together youths from the two counties to foster cohesion and coexistence among conflicting communities. The region has been plagued by banditry, leading to mistrust and recurring violence, with youths actively involved in conflicts. Sporting activities such as football serve as a platform to unite young people, build social bonds, and empower participants and promote peaceful coexistence.
During the event, Major Kevin Makio, the officer commanding Koloa Forward Operating Base, emphasized the importance of including young people in peace-building processes. He noted that engaging youths in constructive peace projects can redirect their energies towards positive contributions to society. Mr. Samuel Kosgei, leader of the Catholic Justice and Peace Department, stressed the need to enhance structures that support youth participation in peace initiatives. Mr. Charles Apondu, leader of Finn Church Aid, highlighted the significance of social cohesion, stating that it is essential for promoting social justice, equality, and creating an environment where everyone can thrive and succeed regardless of their background.
In events leading up to Mashujaa Day, the Kenya Defence Forces held a Mashujaa Day golf tournament at the Sea-Link Par 71 Mombasa Golf Course in Mombasa County. The tournament brought together officers and service personnel from the Kenya Army, Kenya Air Force, and Kenya Navy, seasoned professionals, enthusiastic amateurs, and civilian participants, celebrating sporting excellence and camaraderie. A total of 112 golfers from various clubs across the country competed in different categories, showcasing their skills and sportsmanship. Top performers were recognized and awarded prizes for their achievements. The event was graced by the Chief of the Defense Forces, General Charles Kahariri, who also participated as a golfer.
In his address, Major General Eric Kinothia, chairman of the Kenya Defense Forces Golf Association, commended the participants for their dedication to the sport. He emphasized KDF's commitment to promoting sportsmanship and building esprit de corps among its personnel and the civilian population. The tournament was part of the Ministry of Defense's wellness programs aimed at promoting physical fitness and fostering unity, both essential for the KDF to effectively execute its mandate. The event celebrated unity, patriotism, and the shared values that define the spirit of Mashujaa Day, underscoring KDF's role in nurturing talent and promoting national cohesion through sports.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. Goodbye.